Namaskar. My name is Jyoti and I'm a family counsel. Today we are going to talk about forced marriages. In which circumstances can the men be forced, or what can they do to avoid being forced into such marriages, and what are the remedies if in case you have been forced into a marriage. So, just for an example, if in case anyone of you has been following the serial Imli, you must have noticed that the male lead, who is a journalist, goes to a village for his work, and there he's forced to marry Imli due to certain circumstances which came up at gunpoint. Now, if this kind of a scenario comes in front of you where someone is forced at gunpoint to marry a person, what do you need to do? Absolutely nothing. Please do not try to become a hero. Just get married at that point of time, because you do have legal recourses later, but you need to be alive for that. So what you can do is you can come back and then you can file for annulment and get a decree of nullity under section 12 of Hindu Marriage Act, saying that it was completely without your consent. Because under Article 16 of Human Rights Convention, it gives you the right to marry, of course, it gives you the right to have a family, but it also gives you the right to choose your partner and any person that you need to associate it with. You have the complete right to choose your own spouse. No one can force you into a marriage, unless and until there are certain clauses which I will explain later. Secondly, the thing is, in case any marriage which has been forced, or any form of agreement which has been done through coercion or any form of threat or kind of force, then it automatically becomes null and void under section 15 of Indian Contract Act. So marriages are not considered as a contract in India, but still it is a form of agreement, you may say, so that also can be used. Another factor here is, but if you force a female to get married by abduction or by kidnapping her and then forcing her to marry, in that scenario, it won't be just marriage will be null and void, but you will also face imprisonment of up to 10 years under section 366 of IPC. Because forcing a female or kidnapping a female and wanting to, in the situation that you marry her, but even if you marry her, it doesn't matter, because you have forced her into that marriage, and that too also through unlawful means. And so this marriage again will be termed as null and void. Now, as I said, in circumstances where a person can be forced into a marriage or he has to marry the person, is when if a man promises a woman that I will marry you, and then kind of lures her into a sexual relationship, or maybe forces her and then, just to keep her quiet, says that, oh, don't worry, I will marry you, so you just, for now you can just keep quiet. In that circumstances, yes, the female can file a complaint against him in case he refuses to marry her or he goes and marries someone else. Then it will come under the purview of section 375, where any sort of misinformation, coercion, or kind of false promise of marriage has been given. That then, of course, the man will either have to marry her or face terms as as the court decides. And also, this also comes under section 417 of IPC, which would be termed as cheating because of the false promise of marriage which was given to the female. So now in these circumstances, a man will have to marry that woman, and he has no recourse except marriage over here. But this is false promise of marriage. There's a difference between false promise of marriage and a breach of promise of marriage. So where a false promise of marriage is a criminal case against you, but a breach of promise of marriage would be only a civil remedy. Because in circumstances where a person is under some financial loss due to the marriage being broken, or some sort of issues come up where those two could not be married due to certain circumstances, then the court does not take it as a criminal conspiracy that yes, he forced you to have relationship and then he refused to marry you, and that is why you are now you come under the same purview of criminal case. No, it does not happen like that. And when it does not happen, if the woman is very much aware that the man is a married man and then she has an affair with him, and later on if she says that he forced me into a sexual relationship, it does not apply, because she very well knew that he was married. Or if he says that I will divorce my wife and then marry you, then again the same thing, it does not apply, because the court does not believe in that scenario. and neither should you, in my opinion, because believing someone when he says that I will divorce someone and marry you, it's like a dream, coming true kind of thing. So please do not believe such stories which are being built up, and use your common sense and then go ahead with whatever you wish to do. Another scenario where you can be forced into a marriage is when someone threatens to commit suicide. Like if you've seen serial Anupama, in that the male lead kind of show is becoming dicey after divorcing his wife, and the woman lead also kind of she also divorces her husband, but then she sees that the man is not very interested in marrying her, so she tries to commit suicide by force, and she forces his hand to kind of agree for the marriage. In spite of that, when he disappears on the day of the marriage, she then threatens the whole family with the criminal case against them, saying that it will be a punishment of nearly 3 years for committing this fraud against her. Was there a fraud committed in this case? Absolutely not, because both of them knew they were married, and if by now general consent, if they had an affair, then there is no fraud committed in this case. Now the thing is, because she tried to commit suicide and tried to push him, most people have this misconception that if someone commits suicide and the blame comes on me, then I might go to prison. See, there are circumstances where yes, you might land in trouble, but that is we will take that up on a different level. Today we are only talking about the marriage scenario. If you're married to the woman already, and then if in case she commits suicide, then yes, of course, you will be under doubt over here and under suspicion of forcing her to commit suicide. So yes, there will be a trial and everything will be done. But if in case you're not married and you're being forced into this marriage on the coercion of committing suicide, then you can obviously take the legal recourse of filing a case in under section 309 of IPC. You can obviously always file a police complaint also, saying that, and when you do that, please give one copy to the police at the police station, and then another copy you keep with yourself with a stamp of the police station that you have submitted this copy. So in circumstances where God forbid the other person does something, you have proof that you had informed that she or he is going to do so. So it will kind of give you a safety measurement. Now the thing is, so you can always apply for that and or file a case in the court saying that she's threatening to commit suicide, and she's like, no, trying to force me, or he's trying to force me into marriage by saying that he or she will commit suicide. So now I'm sure you understood that no one can force you into marriage without your consent, unless and until it comes under the purview of section 375 and section 417 of IPC. Other than that, you cannot be forced into a marriage. And if in case you have been forced, you have the remedy of section 12 of HMA Act to go and get it annulled and get it nullified. So I hope I have explained all this to you in a very clear manner. But in case you still have any doubts left, then please do mention it in the comment box below, or you can always send me an email in the link given below again, and I will try to answer that to the best of my knowledge. Thank you so much, and see you next Friday.